I am not alone. It's not the first time this week that I've had a couple of co-hosts, and today joined by a couple lovely ladies. First, I want to welcome Jacinta, and I also want to welcome Estefania. I'm making sure I get this right because the pronunciation is key. Ladies, where would we like to start? We're both in to talk about the Women's Resource Society open house. Estefania, let's talk to you first. Tell me a bit about what it is you do with the Women's Resource Society and when this open house is.
Well, thank you for having us here. I am the manager of fundraising at community engagement at the Women's Resource Society. This is a new role, so I've been here for around 2 months. And yeah, the open house is next Friday, the 6th, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Now, what is the point in an open house? I mean, yes, of course, we would love for people to come down and see what you do and some of the services you provide. But we're also talking about donors a little bit and the importance to, I guess, meet some of them and see some of them.
Yeah, this is a very busy time of the year for us, and we are always busy with clients. All the team is giving them support, offering our services. So the open house, the purpose is to open in a different hours to our donors so we can meet them, talk to them. There's a lot of people who is super generous. They come, drop donations, but we don't have the chance to interact. So this is the perfect opportunity for that.
I completely agree. And we've had the same thing with our Light of Moose radiothons or any of our radiothons. Sometimes people just show up, here's $100, they drive away. But for you guys, especially some of your larger donors, I think it's so important to put a face to the name or to the donation, I guess, in this case. Estefania, we're going to hold with you. We're going to come over to Jacinta because you're not actually with the Women's Resource Society, but that's not to say that your job isn't important. Who are you working with and what brings you to Fort St. John?
Okay, so I am with UNBC and I am a student representative for the BC Association of Social Workers. And we wanted to come together this Christmas and help out one of the societies here in town. And we thought, who better to help out with than the Women's Resource?
Of course. Again, there's maybe half a dozen different resources, different organizations in this community that I think are kind of the heart and soul. And when it comes to helping people, especially at this time of year, not just through Christmas, but like through the colder seasons, Women's Resource Society should always be on people's minds. Why the open house? Like, what's your job, I guess, when it comes to the open house that's coming up in a few Fridays from now?
So I'm going to be there helping out, giving any information to everybody who's coming in there, greeting people, seeing if we can get any donations and talk to them about the different events that are coming up. And the Women's Resource has some great programs that are starting to happen there. So I thought I would take some time. I used to work there too, so I just thought it'd be great to keep going back.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of organization that keeps pulling you back in, right? Let's talk about some of the details of the open house. When is it happening? Where is it happening?
So next week on Friday from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then so you can come on down. We'll have tours. So we'll be going through both of there's 2 different buildings that are side by side there. Mm-hmm. So we'll give you tours and let you know what the different programs that they're going to be offering there and what's what. And you get to meet the new employees, staff, and that's going to be there. We'll have some different snacks, food, and all that. And it'll be beautiful.
You sold me on snacks and food and pizza and more. And I do want to talk about the more here in just a quick second there, Estefania. But to be sure, 9912 96th Avenue. If you're down next to the, what's the name of the new gas station that's down there? Centex? It's right next to the new Centex station, right behind the pool, trying to just a general area as to where it is. And then once you get down there on 96th Avenue, I mean, there's giant signs that say
Yes.
Women's Resource Society. It should be kind of hard to miss from there. Estefania, when we're talking about meeting new team members, you are one of them. How many new team members do you have? Who can we expect to see down there as we'll call them special guests for now?
Yeah, well, I'm one of those. But also we have two advocates that have been working there for many years now, but they are both pregnant and they're leaving soon. So yeah, we already have one of the people who's gonna replace during maternity leave. So we want them to see her face, and also we have a health theme that they're not going to be there that day because they are from Northern Health, but that's a new program we want to introduce and to present to people that's going. So what we have now, a life skills worker, a mental health clinician, and a nurse. They are new for us. They are provided, like as I said, from Northern Health, but they work from our office and they provide services for our clients. So this is new. This is very an unique partnership, and we want to introduce that to our donors too.
I think we've talked about a lot of things, especially, of course, the open house. That's the main thing that we do want to talk about. What does the Women's Resource Society do? I don't know how we've managed to get 5 minutes into this conversation.
Yeah.
Somehow we've skipped over that. Estefania, can you tell me a bit about what the Women's Resource Society does for the community?
So we help low-income families in town. We help women and men too that they make less than $42,000 a year as a family income. So we can help them. We have the outreach store. It's open from Monday to Friday. Wednesday is the only day that it's men only. The other days are women only. But the rest of our services is for men and women. It doesn't matter which day. So we help them through, there's so many services. I don't have the time today to mention all of them. But in our webpage, www.fsjw, sorry, I got confused.
WRS?
WRS, yes, .ca. You can find all the information. And we also have a second stage housing, which is a private community where women and their children who are escaping from violent and abusive relationships can live there for 2 years. And we help them to recover from that trauma and to heal. And we have a fundraising during the open house to help that program in particular.
When it comes to fundraising and asks, I know that the ask is always large because there is a large need, unfortunately. We were talking about, there's food, there's clothing. Is there anything in particular that you can think of right now that you guys are low on, especially going into the Christmas season?
Yeah. Right now, we're in need of winter clothing, but sturdy winter clothing. Like, think about sturdy gloves, ski pants, toques. Imagine a family that they don't have a car. They have to work, but they have to walk or take the bus, and they have their kids. They're going to be under -20, -30. So how they overcome that? So we can help them with that. We also have the Christmas hampers program. So we need donors to take a family. We still have 7 families without a donor. So if someone is interested, we would love to hear from them. And during the open house, we will have this brick. So if someone is interested, you can buy a brick for $500 or more, and you will help us build the community. And also for anyone who want to give us donations cash donations, if you give us more than $50, we can provide a charity tax receipt.
I love it. Ladies, are we missing anything here this afternoon? We've talked about the needs, the open house. We've talked about what it is you do. And, of course, why you sent us here as well, because we don't want to forget you, even though your mic's been off for a while. Are we missing anything here this afternoon, or do we just want to invite anyone and everyone out next Friday?
Yeah. Extend invitation to everyone. We will offering the opportunity to raise money during that night, but it's not necessary that you have to give us something that day. So the principle, like the objective, is to know people, to have a good time, to talk, to know each other. And if you feel generous, we will take the donation.
Yeah, we're not going to turn down money. You want to show up with a blank check, we're not going to kick you out, right?
Exactly.
Jacinta, anything I've missed from your end, darling?
I feel like everything has been covered for the night. The night's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of people, a lot of laughs.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Bring your friends.
It's Friday
bring
night.
Your family.
Come have fun.
And it's a Friday night. Come on. What's snacks and food and all on a Friday as well? We couldn't ask for better. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in this afternoon. Thank you so much for the work that both you individually and, of course, Women's Resource Society are doing for the community. It wouldn't be the same without you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
Take care, guys.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue